Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about She-Hulk episode 6 titled Just Jen. And yeah, this was really about just Jen. No, not really. There was a She-Hulk in there too, so don't worry. But look, I am someone that has been enjoying this show since episode 1. Episode 1 I still think is the strongest episode, but for what it's worth, this show had promised to be a sitcom in the MCU, and I think it's delivering on that. I think every episode has been enjoyable so far. It puts a smile on my face. It makes me feel good, which is usually what a sitcom should do. Are the jokes always hitting? No, but for the most part, I find the show humorous and enjoyable, and that's all I could ask for. If I didn't like watching it, I wouldn't be watching it. So I'm gonna leave that at that. Now let's get to the big topic at hand. Where the hell was Daredevil in this episode? Okay, at the end of the previous episode, they teased us with Daredevil's mask in a little box, and we're all expecting him to show up in this episode. Well, just as Jen states at the beginning of this episode, she has a wedding to go to, and that's an inconvenience. Sometimes inconveniences happen, and weddings are always inconveniences. I should know, I've been to my brother's, even though I had a really good time. But it was a little funny joke, a little funny jab. And of course, it makes you realize, either this wedding is going to interfere with our Daredevil goodness, or Daredevil's not going to show up in this episode at all. And unfortunately, it was the latter. So I can understand why a lot of fanboys today on Twitter and on social media and whatever were all upset that Daredevil did not show up, because we were all expecting him, including myself. And it was probably the reason why this is my least favorite episode, is because I was expecting him to show up, and I got my hopes up, and then realized, oh, he's not in this episode at all. So that is the show's fault for teasing us last week and getting us to expect, okay, so he's coming. Because it looks like, no, he's still on hold. Is he going to show up next week? I don't even know anymore. Maybe he's going to show up in the finale for all we know. I would presume now that maybe he will show up next week, but I'm scared to even speculate because who knows now. For what it's worth, though, I thought the stuff at the wedding was great. I thought it was really enjoyable. I really liked this this back and forth between Titania and Jen, this little rivalry they're having. Like, what's Titania's deal? Why does she want to fight her so badly? But they do get out, and it was pretty fun, so I'll give them that. I'll say the weak part about the episode for me was the B-list storyline, the B storyline, where the Jen's friends were going out, helping out that character who had the issue with the spouses from his past all coming to sue him. I thought it was fine, but for the most part, it was the storyline that I could have get out of here and just be the focus on this wedding, and that's it, and Jen's rivalry with Titania. I did like the ending, though, when they found out about this website that was giving She-Hulk death threats, because that kind of goes back to what this season has been doing all along, kind of the meta humor approach, but in this case, kind of resembling how social media can be when it comes to, like, for an example, Reva in Obi-Wan, that series. The actress did receive death threats just because people didn't like her character for whatever reason. I thought the character was fine, but a lot of people did not. And so how do they go about it? By expressing themselves. Let's threaten the actress, who's hired for a job to do something like that. And so it kind of mirrors that realistically in real life. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Going forward, like, who's starting this site? Is it the same people that is working for that group, or is it that group of people that tried to get her blood before? Speaking of, we see that there's a needle made at some scientific lab, and they put the needle in this biohazard container, this suitcase. So who's in charge of this place? My mind right away goes to the leader. So who we know is coming back. Tim Blake Nelson is returning from the Incredible Hulk movie in 2008. He's going to be coming back for Captain America New World Order. Who says he can't make an appearance on this show? Maybe trying to get Jen's blood, considering the fact that he had Bruce's blood in the past. Maybe he lost all that blood and now wants to start over, but with She-Hulk's blood. So it'll be interesting to see who is the man in charge of that, or that little scientific organization that we see there. Who is trying to get Jen's blood? That would be interesting to see, whatever that reveal gets to. Some people I know were thinking Kingpin, but I think it's getting closer and closer for me ever since the reveal at D23 that the leader is coming back. I think there's a really good possibility that it could be the leader. So with that being said, again, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was really good, fun. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, take care.